Hello and welcome to another edition of Addition. I'm your host, Addy Adewusi. I'm a product manager at Microsoft, a mathematician, a futurist, a tech optimist, and I'm also an artist and creator. And I am here every day, Monday through Friday, giving you the hot topics in tech, an update on the stock and crypto markets, as well as some career advice, all in less than 15 minutes. So if you're not already, go ahead and like, subscribe, follow wherever you're listening or watching. If you're watching me on YouTube, you will see that I have a very new look today. I'm giving very Addams Family. I'm wearing my glasses because my contacts are back ordered. And I love this new energy. It's my back to office look. I'm really excited to experiment with this new look the next few months. We'll see how long it lasts. Okay. So if you're not already, follow me on TikTok at AdditionPod. I'm putting out content every day to entertain you. I'm also at AdditionPod on Twitter, at Addition Addy on Instagram, Addition with Addy Adewusi on YouTube, and I'm also on Substack, additionpod.substack.com. If you subscribe to the Substack, that means that you get all of the podcast episodes, show notes, as well as a link to the YouTube directly into your email inbox. Is something you are not going to regret signing up for the Substack if you plan on listening to this show daily. And I also include all of the show notes there with links to to the part of the video where I talk about this specific topic that I outlined in the show notes. So very efficient. I'm thinking about how to save your time. So the only thing I ask in return is that you support by following, and sharing the podcast. Those of you who have been sharing, I appreciate you. Thank you so much for being my supporters. And I'm so glad that you're getting value out of the show. Okay, so let's dive into the markets. The crypto markets are still down. Bitcoin's down 3.5% in the last 7 days, hovering around 39,400. And Ethereum is down 3.18% in the last 7 days, hovering around 2,900. So not a great past week for crypto markets. Let's hope they turn around. For the stock markets, this past Friday was Good Friday, so there was no trading that day. Right now, the S&P is opening at 0.24%. NASDAQ is opening up 0.29%. So stock markets are in green, crypto markets are in red. Let's see what they're doing tomorrow. As you know, they change every day. So let's talk about the hot topic in tech. There was another hack, the Beanstalk hack. This was a Ethereum-based stablecoin protocol named Beanstalk. The way it's really interesting how this hacker was able to take 182 million to exploit. And I have the link to the article in the show notes so you can do a deep dive read. So this is really a story about DAO governance. So there was a DAO that was created to govern, the Beanstalk protocol. They allowed the person who issued the DAO governance tokens, which is the cryptocurrency that you need to have in your wallet in order to vote on the DAO. They allowed their coin holders to lend out this cryptocurrency. So the person who hacked Beanstalk got a flash loan to borrow a majority, enough of the governance tokens to be able to pass any vote unanimously by themselves. So they passed a vote essentially to release all the funds to the DAO to their personal wallet. And they were able to, so the protocol lost about 182 million and the hacker got away with 80 million. And they funneled it through Tornado Cash, which is a cryptocurrency mixer protocol allowing private transactions. So this is, again, another blow for the DAO community, the Ethereum community, and the crypto community. As soon as I saw this hack, I stopped procrastinating and immediately ordered my ledger, which is going to be my cold wallet to store my crypto, because I don't want to worry about any sort of hack. I just want to have my cryptocurrency. And so I will do a review of Ledger once I get my Ledger in the wallet or in the mail. Okay, so moving on to Apple. So the Apple flagship store in Grand Central Station is attempting to unionize. They're calling themselves the Fruit Stand Workers United, which is a spin on Apple, the name of the company. So I'm going to quote from the article. Apple retail employees interviewed by the Post have said that despite the company's success, their pay has not kept up with inflation. And some complain of difficult working conditions, including the inability to hold managers accountable for alleged unfair or abusive practices. And to give you an idea of how much Apple retail employees are earning, they earn from $17 to more than $30 per hour. So I've talked about unionization before. I will put a link to that episode in the show notes. But really, this is a story about inflation. People are just feeling broke right now. You know, I have a great salary, great compensation package at Microsoft, but I feel broke sometimes. You know, I can't afford a house in this market right now. Cars are expensive, gas is expensive. I'm able to save on transportation costs because I work from home and I am all Uber. I sold my car last June, but now we're going back to the office. I'm going to need to get a new car, and I'm going to have to be paying gas prices. Fortunately, I live close to the office, so it's a short commute. But if I'm feeling the pain as a product manager, I can only imagine how the Apple workers are feeling right now. Apple can avoid this union if they just raise wages, but let's see what they do. Apple has not commented based on the article that I read from the Washington Post. There's no comment yet, but we will definitely see in the coming months how this plays out. So I will keep you posted. Okay, so to today's career topic, I just want to remind you all, especially now that some of us are going back to the office, a reminder to take ownership over your time. So we have gone from, waking up, sometime before 9 o'clock, starting the day at 9 and working till 5 or 6, and then going back to our life. Going back to the office means that, I know for me, I'll probably have to wake up at 6 a.m. to do all the things I need to do before I leave to the office. And then it's going to take me some time to get home in rush hour. Maybe there'll be happy hours after work, things like that. So we're in the process of to give a lot of our time back to our employer. So since we're giving time back to our employer, it's on us to set boundaries. So be really clear about your working hours to your manager. When people ask you for a request or things like that, ask for deadlines and ask for their prioritization. I've talked about this before. We are not going to get promoted by doing as many things as possible. For me, it's about focusing on impact. So I sit down in the morning and think about what are the 3 things that I can do today that will give me the most impact. And all other requests that come in from me during the day, I will ask them, when do you need this done by? What's the priority around it? And I'm definitely not checking email after hours. So, just a reminder, take your time back, especially since we're going to be giving so much time back to our employers. Okay, and what am I geeked out about this week? So I watched the latest episode of Wecrashed. I thought it was going to be the season finale. There's actually one more episode, and this episode talked about what it was like the day before WeWork's IPO from the perspective of the employees. Some of these employees started super early and they thought that they were going to be multimillionaires overnight. Even the co-founder of WeWork, Miguel, he was thinking about buying a 20-something million dollar painting in the episode. And we know what happens to WeWork. They don't IPO, and all those people's dreams were essentially fizzled. And this sounds depressing for me to be geeked out about, but this Saturday I listened to the Twitter space from the Tech Meme podcast. Tech Meme is an excellent place for tech news, and they have a podcast called the Tech Meme Ride Home, similar to Edition, less than 20 minutes news every day, but not with me. So they had a Twitter space talking about how to navigate tech as an employee with George Lee Orosz. So he is the writer of the Pragmatic Engineer Substack. And after listening to this Twitter space, I subscribed to that Substack because he just talked about how to look at your tech career as an investment as opposed to just collecting a salary. And he gave some really great insights for people who are currently working at startups right now and how they should be looking at their career. So I highly recommend checking out that Twitter space. I will be linking it in the show notes. And after watching episode 7 of Wecrashed, it resonates very deeply. So with all the layoffs that are going on, the startups that are shutting down, the valuations of companies that are going down, don't forget to prioritize yourself in your career path. And a reminder, we are working to build we are working to build wealth, so work will be optional. It's not that we want to quit our jobs per se, we just want to establish ourselves enough so we get more choice and more flexibility over what we do for work. So you are the CEO of your career and take it into your own hands. Okay. All right. So that's today's episode. Don't forget to like, share, follow, and subscribe. Go ahead and punch the like button if you like this video. And if you're not subscribed to the YouTube, subscribe now. If you haven't put a rating or review on this podcast on your podcast player, go ahead and do that now. I will see you again tomorrow and have a great day.